Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're attempting the impossible.
Okay.
We are trying to find the good in a genre that for about 30 years was basically a crime scene.
A crime scene is a polite way to put it. I mean, it was a disaster area for decades.
I'm trying to be generous, but we're talking about video game movies.
Yeah.
For the longest time, a video game movie was, synonymous with box office bomb.
Or career killer.
Exactly. But looking at the source material we have today, the narrative has really shifted. We aren't just scraping the bottom of the barrel anymore. We actually have a competitive list.
It's true. The whole curse seems to have lifted, or at least Hollywood finally figured out that gamers, actually want the movie to look like the game.
What a concept.
We've gone from the disasters of the 90s to billion-dollar franchises to a whole new world.
And today, that's what we're doing. We are counting down the top 10 movies based on video games. This comes from a curated ranking, and we're going to count down from number 10 all the way to a very specific number 1.
Yeah. And I'll say right off the bat, this list is interesting. It seems to reward ambition just as much as it rewards box office success. It's not just about the money.
It's about capturing the soul of the gameplay.
Exactly.
So let's just jump in. Coming in at number 10, we have Assassin's Creed.
Okay. Starting with a divisive one, right out of the gate.
Look, I remember the trailer for this. It had Kanye West's music. It had Michael Fassbender doing a leap of faith from a cathedral. I mean, it looked incredible.
It looked incredible, sure.
Yeah.
But the movie itself, it highlights the biggest trap these adaptations fall into.
Which is what?
The game is famous for, historical tourism, running around Renaissance Italy or the Crusades. But the movie, it spent 60% of the runtime in a gray room.
The Abstergo facility, oh, that was such a slog.
Yeah.
You have this brilliant high-concept premise, the Animus unlocking genetic memories. It's a great hook. But in the movie, it felt like they were almost ashamed of the video game part.
Yes. They wanted to make a serious sci-fi film and just forgot to have any fun with it.
It got so bogged down in its own mythology.
I will say, the reason it cracks the top 10 is the production value. Parkour stunts. Those were practical. Real people jumping off real buildings.
That's true. It wasn't a total CGI fest.
It respected the physicality of the assassin, even if the script was a bit of a mess.
It tried hard. But let's move to something that definitely did not take itself too seriously. Number 9, Mortal Kombat.
Now wait, are we talking the 95 original or the 2021 reboot?
Oh, it has to be the 95 one. That techno theme song alone is worth a spot on the list.
Mortal Kombat.
There it is.
It's cheesy, yes. But here's why it works better than Assassin's Creed. The structure of a fighting game is basically the same as a martial arts movie.
It's a tournament.
It's a tournament. You have a bracket, you have a boss at the end. The script writes itself.
You don't need complex character motivations. You just need Scorpion to yell, "Get over here!"
Exactly. It embraced the camp. It knew it was ridiculous. You got a 4-armed monster and a guy who shoots ice.
Yeah.
If you try to make that gritty and realistic, you fail.
Right.
Mortal Kombat works because it feels like a big, dumb Saturday morning cartoon with a budget. It's pure entertainment.
Sometimes that's all you need. But moving up to number 8, we have a movie that tried to be a modern blockbuster franchise. Uncharted.
Okay, Uncharted at number 8. This is the tricky one.
I feel like I can already hear the groans from the hardcore fans on this one.
Well, the casting was, let's say, contentious. In the games, Nathan Drake is this rugged, mid-30s Indiana Jones type, right? He's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
In the movie, they cast Tom Holland, who looks like he still has homework to do.
He's Spider-Man without the mask. But, okay, playing devil's advocate here, the movie made a ton of money. It was a massive hit.
It was. For sure. And that's because it leaned into the spectacle. That sequence where they're falling out of the cargo plane, that is lifted almost shot for shot from Uncharted 3. It just proved that the set pieces Naughty Dog created for the PlayStation were already cinema quality.
It's a fun popcorn movie. If you don't know the games, it's a perfectly good adventure flick.
And if you do know the games, well, maybe you just close your eyes and imagine a different actor. It brought that treasure hunter genre back, so it earns its spot.
Fair enough. Let's move into the mid-list. Number 7 is a true icon. Before Uncharted, there was Tomb Raider.
The Angelina Jolie era.
You really can't separate the character from the actress in this case. Angelina Jolie was Lara Croft.
This was that moment, early 2000s, where Hollywood realized a video game character could be a sex symbol and like a bona fide action star.
It was huge.
But the film itself is actually kind of strange. It's got the Illuminati, time control, weird temple puzzles.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But I think it ranks higher than Uncharted just because of the cultural impact. This movie proved a female lead could carry a massive action blockbuster based on a game.
Absolutely. And it just leaned into the cool factor.
The reboot with Alicia Vikander was probably a better film, technically.
Grittier, yeah.
But the Jolie films, they just define that video game movie era for a whole generation.
It's the definition of a star vehicle. All right, moving to number 6. We have a very specific title, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
Ah, the Jerry Bruckheimer attempt.
This was supposed to be the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was the plan. Huge Disney budget, Jake Gyllenhaal. And you know what? It's better than people remember.
I completely agree. The whole central mechanic of the game is the dagger of time. You mess up, you die, you rewind time and try again.
And the movie visualized that really, really well.
It did.
It's a rare example where a gameplay mechanic became a key plot point in the film without feeling totally forced. However,
here we go.
We have to address the elephant in the room, the casting.
Yeah, casting Jake Gyllenhaal as a Persian prince was not the most culturally accurate choice. It was a classic case of Hollywood whitewashing, and that controversy really hurt it at the time. But if you just look at the pacing, the action, the whole swashbuckling vibe, it's a solid adventure movie.
It's a fun Sunday afternoon watch, which I guess is why it's at number 6.
Right.
But now we are breaking into the top 5, and this is where things get really interesting. We're getting into the modern Renaissance. Number 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog.
The movie that was saved by internet bullying.
That is the best way to describe it. We all remember that first trailer, the ugly Sonic.
It was terrifying. Human teeth, these weirdly muscular legs. It fell right into the uncanny valley.
Total nightmare fuel.
But then the studio did something unprecedented. They actually listened.
They delayed the movie. They spent millions of dollars to fix the CGI and make Sonic look like, well, Sonic.
And that single decision saved the franchise. It was them telling the fans, we hear you, we respect the source material. And beyond that, the movie just works because it's a buddy cop comedy.
It is. It's James Marsden and a blue alien hedgehog.
And Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. He is chewing the scenery. He's doing the classic 90s Jim Carrey routine. It's electric.
It's a genuine 4-quadrant film.
Yeah.
It appeals to everyone. And Sonic proved you don't need to make it dark and gritty. You can just make it fun.
Which is the exact opposite strategy of our number 4 entry.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about the Resident Evil series.
The Milla Jovovich dynasty.
This isn't just one movie. The list ranks the entire series at number 4. There were 6 of these movies. How does a horror game turn into a 6-movie action franchise?
By completely ignoring the horror.
Really?
That's it. Pretty much, yeah. The games are about, resource scarcity, claustrophobia, actual survival horror. Yeah. The movies are about Milla Jovovich doing slow-motion flips and kicking zombies in the face.
While techno music plays.
While loud techno music plays. And they created a new character, Alice, who doesn't even exist in the games.
Right.
Which was actually a smart move, weirdly. By separating the protagonist from the game canon, they didn't have to worry about messing up the game storyline. They just built their own parallel universe.
And people showed up. These movies were review-proof. Critics hated them. But they made over $1 billion globally.
They were consistent. You knew exactly what you were getting. It's fast food cinema, but it's tasty.
Yeah.
And ranking the series at 4 just acknowledges that it's the most commercially successful adaptation run in history. Before this recent boom, it kept the lights on for the whole genre.
Okay, we are entering the top 3. The podium. This is where we see the heavy hitters.
Yeah, this is a massive leap in quality and, I think, ambition.
Taking the bronze at number 3 is Warcraft.
Yeah, this is a fascinating choice for the top 3 because domestically in the U.S., this movie bombed hard.
It did. But in China, it was like their Avatar.
Precisely. World of Warcraft is like a religion in parts of Asia. And the movie, directed by Duncan Jones, treated the lore with Shakespearean seriousness. It wasn't just orcs attack. It was a political drama.
The technology was just groundbreaking. The orcs, especially Dorotan, they were motion captured, and you could see the sadness in their eyes. They weren't just CGI monsters.
They were performances. It's arguably the most visually faithful adaptation on this entire list. They recreated the armor, the griffins, the cities, down to the smallest detail.
The problem was, if you hadn't played the game,
You were lost.
It was so many proper nouns to memorize. Azeroth, Fell Magic, the Guardian.
Yeah.
It was dense.
It felt like walking into season 3 of a show you've never watched.
But for the fans, seeing Stormwind City on the big screen was a religious experience. It earns number 3 for sheer scale and ambition alone.
It swung for the fences. It might have missed the general audience, but it hit a home run for the players.
Moving to number 2, this movie didn't miss anyone. It hit everyone. It's the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
The Juggernaut.
I still can't believe this isn't number 1, just based on the cultural footprint.
It's close.
Yes.
Very close. But let's just talk about why it worked.
Mm.
We all remember the 1993 live-action Mario movie.
Nightmare fuel. The Goombas were just guys in trench coats.
A fungal dystopia.
Yeah.
The new movie succeeded because of one simple word: animation.
Finally. The Mushroom Kingdom makes zero sense in the real world. Floating bricks. Giant turtles. You can't do that in live action.
Exactly. Illumination and Nintendo realized that the character in Mario isn't some deep emotional backstory. It's the world.
It's the colors, the sounds, the movement.
The whole movie is basically a 90-minute speed run of pure joy.
And the music, using the original Koji Kondo themes, fully orchestrated.
Yeah.
And frankly, Jack Black as Bowser. Give the man an Oscar for the song Peaches.
It was brilliant. It didn't try to deconstruct Mario. It just let Mario be Mario. It's the gold standard for mass market adaptation.
So if the $1 Billion Plumber is at number 2, what could possibly be number 1?
This choice is going to surprise the casual audience, but for the hardcore demographic, this is the holy grail.
The number 1 movie based on a video game is Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Advent Children, released all the way back in 2005.
This is a deep cut for number 1.
It is. But here's why it takes the crown. This film wasn't an adaptation trying to summarize a 60-hour game into 2 hours.
Right.
It was a sequel. It takes place 2 years after the end of Final Fantasy VII.
Which is widely considered one of the best games ever made, period.
So instead of wasting time introducing the world or explaining what materia is, the movie just assumes you know everything. It drops you right into the emotional fallout of the game.
It brings back Cloud Strife, the guy with the giant sword and spiky hair, and Sephiroth, the villain with the long silver hair.
And for people who don't know, these two are basically the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader of the RPG world.
That's a good analogy.
And the film is entirely CGI. Back in 2005, this looked like nothing else on Earth. The fight scenes were defying physics in ways that even the Matrix couldn't dream of.
I remember watching that final battle, Cloud versus Sephiroth, in the ruins of the city, and just forgetting to breathe. It was pure spectacle.
But it was spectacle with emotional weight. The story is about Cloud dealing with depression and grief and moving on from the trauma of the game. It offered closure.
So that's the key difference. Mario at number 2 is about the fun of playing.
Yes.
Advent Children at number 1 is about the feeling of the story.
It represents that moment video games stopped being just toys and started being respected as modern mythology.
Right.
It was a love letter to the fans, uncompromising and beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's why on a list of best adaptations, it hits the top spot. It didn't adapt, it expanded.
It's a bold pick, but I get it. I respect it. So just to recap this wild ride, we had the epic scale of Warcraft at 3, the pure joy of Mario at 2, and the emotional closure of Final Fantasy. Advent Children at number 1.
And you notice the pattern, right? The top 3 are all high fantasy or sci-fi worlds brought to life through heavy animation or full CGI. Reality is overrated.
Maybe that's the lesson here. Put away the cameras, fire up the render farms. But look, I know for a fact some of you listening are screaming right now, "Where is Detective Pikachu?"
Where is Silent Hill?
Or maybe you think Sonic deserved the gold medal. We want to know, what is your personal number 1? Did we miss a hidden gem?
Is this list spot on?
Drop a comment and let's start a discussion.
A polite discussion.
Maybe. Anyway, if you enjoyed this deep dive into gaming cinema, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories behind your favorite games. It really helps the channel grow.
Thanks for listening.
Catch you on the next level.